Welcome to the 21st chapter of the book of Genesis, the birth of Isaac. Verse 1. Ke Kyrios episkepsato tin saran, katha epe. And the Lord, Kyrios, tetragrammaton in the Hebrew, the all caps, visited Sarah, as he said in the last chapter, in 20. Ke epise Kyrios ti Sarah, katha elalase. And the Lord did. He only visited, but he did what he said. Verse 2, Ke silavusa, and conceiving, etika to Avraham, ion is to Giras. And she bore to Abram, Ham, a son in his Giras, old age, geriatrics, gerontology, or derivatives. Is ton Chiron, katha elalasan afto Kyrios, in the time as the Lord spoke to him. He said he'd be back at the same time, to the hour, the next year. So the Lord must have appeared to them here, because it says he visited. Verse 3. Ke ekalasan Avram to onoma to iu av tu, and the Lord called the name of his son, the onoma, onomatopoeia is a derivative, to genomenu av to, on etikan av to Sarah, Isaac, the one born, to him whom Sarah bore to him, Isaac. And so Isaac is the name. Verse 4, Perietame they Avraham ton Isaac, and Abram, Ham, circumcised Isaac, ti ogdoi imera, on the 8th day, imera, ephemeral, is a derivative, katha and atila to avto otheos, as God gave charge to him. All these derivatives are in our book, English Derivatives, from the Greek New Testament. They can be found, it can be found on our website, bookstore. 21.5, Ke Avraham in ekaton eton, inika egeneto avto Isaac o ios avtu. And Abraham was 100. We have a hectare, or hectagon, 100. A hectare is an area that's measured by hundreds. Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac, his son, was born to him. Verse 6, Ipe they Sarah, and Sarah said, Gelota mi epise Kyrios, the Lord cause laughter to me. Oscar an akusi sing harite me, for whoever may hear will rejoice along with me. Akusi, 191, we have the English derivative acoustic. Verse 7, Ke ipe tis anangeli to Avraham, oti thilazi paithion saran. So more of a figure of speech, because I'm sure he knew, but she's saying this in wonderment. And she said, who will announce, now that's anangeli. Whenever you see this alpha, gamma, gamma, it has something to do with a message. This anangeli, it's announce. An angel, angelos, is a messenger. Has to do with announcing message, something like that. Who will announce to Abraham that Thilazi, that Sarah nurses a male child, a paithion. We have pediatrics. The pedia is a derivative with a paithion. Oti etikon ion in togira mu, for I bore a son in my old age. Verse 8, Ke ifxithi to paithion ke apagalak tisti, and the child grew. Ifxithi, we have an oxen, is an English derivative, a hormone promoting growth. And the child was weaned. The child was weaned. Apagalak tisti. Ke epis and Avraham, thokin megalin tin imera apagalak tisti Isaac o Iosav too. And Abraham made a great banquet of megaline, the mega, large, and mega is a derivative in English. The day, Apagalak, the Gala, galactic, the Milky Way, Gal is milk, galactic. The day Isaac, his son, was weaned, so he had this great feast. Then it switches over to Hagar, his wife that Sarah gave to Abraham, her maidservant, and this is all in the 16th chapter of Genesis, verses 1 to 16, and you see the not the fight, but the going back and forth between Hagar and Sarah and Abraham, and the dynamics of having a child who the first child, and it was not of the promise, and you can go back there and read that, and we'll go into this a little bit in our next seminar with the Hagar and Isaac and Sarah and the promise in the New Testament. And right now then we'll continue in verse 9. Idhusa ve Sarah ton ion agar tis Aegyptias. And Sarah, beholding the son of Hagar, the Aegyptias, the Egyptian, almost is a direct transliteration into English. O Segeneto to Avraham, who was born to Abraham, Paizon ta meta Isaac to Iu Avtis, Ishmael. Was playing with Isaac, her son. So Sarah saw these little babies playing together. Verse 10, Keipe to Avraham, and she said to Abraham, that is Sarah, Ekvale tin paidiskin tavtin, keton ion avtis. Now Sarah ran away once before because of being mistreated by Sarah. Hagar ran away, being mistreated by Hagar. And now Hagar wants to cast, Sarah wants to cast Hagar out. U gar mi kleronomisi o eos tis paidiskis. For the son of the maidservant shall not be heir, meta to iu mu Isaac, with my son Isaac. Verse 11, Skleron the Ephani to Remas Fodra, Enantion Avraham, peri to iu avtu Ishmael. And, but the saying, the Rima, appeared, Ephani, we have a phenomenal, something that's appearing great. Ephani is the Greek word, but the saying appeared very hard before Abraham concerning his son Ishmael, who was the son of Hagar. So Abraham is put between the rock and the hard place, and he is told to give up one of his sons. All these things that we see in the Old Testament so far, it's not idyllic. It's not everybody is doing something great, but instead in the Bible it shows things as they are, with human nature being as it is with all the flaws. And Abraham is a flawed character, but yet he has a relationship with his Creator, and even talks to him.